Hey guys, Chuyang here, and today I have very unfortunate news to share with you. If you can look at this XC40, this Volvo XC40 behind me, it has unfortunately got itself involved in an accident with a wall. Okay, so this was hauled in pretty recently by the customer, and it's a T5, of course, XC40. And the incident was that the car accelerated, in the words of the customer, accelerated unexpectedly, and it sort of did not brake and did not stop. Okay, so upon further inspection, of course, these things tend to be on very thin ice, meaning, oh wow, since Volvos have adaptive cruise control, it has electronics inside that can control the braking, can control the acceleration. Is there a possibility, is there a conspiracy that the car sabotaged the customer himself or herself and you know, tried to kill the customer? Is that a conspiracy? Actually, it's sort of an Occam's razor kind of situation, where of course you can see plenty of exterior damage from the battle against the wall, and this car won that battle. The wall has successfully been toppled, and yeah, we can pretty conclusively, oh okay, that doesn't sound good, we can pretty conclusively show you how it happened. Now, the customer returned the car to us, of course not like this. It's been of course replaced. Then for this video's sake, I had to replace the floor mat that was in the car as it was hauled in back here. Okay, so we believe this to be the problem, and of course it's not enough to say, yeah, we just believe this to be the problem, so yeah, it's your own fault. Okay, we prove it conclusively by pulling the data from the car's electronics. We can get an accurate reading of the car, whether or not there were electronic interference with the car causing it to, how to say, automatically or electronically accelerate without our foot being on the pedal. And the data suggests or shows that there was physical it was a physical force on the accelerator pedal causing the car to accelerate. And even though the customer noticed that the car was accelerating without her foot being on the pedal, they of course slammed on the brakes, and the braking force was too little, too late to stop the car. And of course, in a moment of panic, you just kind of like panic and don't know what to do. And in the end, but at least the XC40 won against the wall. Okay, right, so this is the problem. This mat itself is the problem. Why? Because if you use an aftermarket mat, please use one that is good in quality. This is what is standard, we call the coil mat. You see all these wiry things? Yes, this is supposed to trap dust. This is similar to the dust trap we use in cafes and stuff, you know, by the entrances. And if I can sit here, okay, yeah, the accelerator pedal, when it goes here, there is a possibility, right, because this is not locked firmly into place, this could have easily been here, and over a few days of use, continually stepping on, stepping off, stepping on, stepping off, you can see just by pushing it like this, very simply, it moves in front. Yeah, it moves in front, and this is just by hand, not by your leg, right? It moves in front. And when the car was brought in, we physically used our hands to push the accelerator pedal, and it actually, like this, pretty similarly caught on to the coilover mat. Of course, I'm doing it manually now lah. Okay, so it caught on to the mat, and that of course pushed it down a little bit, causing the depression, or the what do you call it, the reverse depression, I don't know lah, probably Con knows all these engineering terms better. The reverse depression, I'm gonna make it sound fancy, the reverse depression or the bouncing back of this accelerator pedal to be physically held back by this mat. right? So it hooked on, it physically got held back, and as a result, that's why the accelerator was still accelerating, and brakes came in a little bit too little, too late. That was what the data, scientifically or by pulling data, it showed us. Okay, moments before the crash, right? That is what happened. But let me show you the difference between this aftermarket non-pre-cut one versus my standard XC40 matte. Okay, so this is the standard XC40 matte, and as you can see here, there are two buttons to clip on. Let me just remove this disaster causing matte. It has Velcro at the back too. Yes, so this is actually pretty hard Velcro. Let me get into those details a little bit later. But this is your standard XC40 matte. It of course still has a little bit of a Velcro like very friction-y material there, and you have these buttons here to push it down, and on the other side you push it down, so there's a click that goes. So the dimensions of this mat is measured perfectly by the manufacturer for this car to make sure that no matter how often you kick the floor mat, it won't, of course, first of all move in front, and second of all, it will not catch on to this or the brakes. Okay, so this is actually safety. Yes, this is actually safety. And if you are someone that likes to use aftermarket mats, please make sure that you're using pre-cut car mats or floor mats from your trusted manufacturer. I know there are a few. Trapo seems to be the one that many people like to use. Of course, they market themselves as pretty atas. I pretty like their products, even though I don't use it myself. It seems good. I have no experience with them. And I think there's what 3D Mat and Dodo Mat as the top 3 aftermarket ones. And from viewing their website, it seems pretty legit because they measure what the floor mat is supposed to be according to, of course, the car dimensions itself and maybe the manufacturer. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I just know that those seem to be a lot more reliable because first of all, they have clips. Second of all, they have a sort of non-damaging Velcro, a softer kind of Velcro that can provide a lot of friction between the floor of the car versus the mat, so it can hold on better, preventing skidding in front of the car mat, and you know, having a whole host of situations like that where your car can accelerator pedal can get stuck. Yes, so that is the PSA, the public service announcement for today. It's about car mats, and if you choose to, of course, get an aftermarket car mat, make sure you get it that is according to spec. Yes, according to spec. Yep, that is very important. I am not against aftermarket stuff. I just think that most people don't do aftermarket stuff well. They don't understand the logic behind the manufacturer and their purpose of doing all these measurements, because of course these people make cars, and if you make cars, you have R&D. If you have R&D, you have scientific research. If you have scientific research, there is logic and reasoning behind what you do to the car, why it's like that, why it's not like that. So there's a reasoning behind it, and most aftermarket things don't take into account that reason. They just think, yeah, I'm aftermarket, I do what I want, I don't need to follow according to the manufacturer. Of course, there is a precaution that you need to take to make sure your product is safe and friendly for consumers, so that things like this doesn't happen. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to subscribe to all of us at Horizon. We got a few new members joining us. So yeah, Horizon is slowly shaping up to be the content producing platform of the year, or more, or century, or decade, I don't know. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Cheers. Oof. So this is the aftermath of the front end collision, the casualties of war versus the wall. Every pain and disaster in life is a lesson for us to learn how to do things better for the next time. And next time, please use properly pre-cut car mats, or just use the standard one provided by your car manufacturer.